questions, and it can be asked in section A. There are different terms. What is Pacman defense? What is green mail? What is poison pill? What is golden parachute? These kind of terms can be asked in section A, and these defensive measures can be asked in section B, theory question. It's a very important theory question. Any clarification? Anyone? Any terms? The software company, what I'm referring to earlier, is the Mindtree. The Mindtree and Cafe Coffee Day, because Cafe Coffee Day had some equity stake in Mindtree. Then a Cafe Coffee Day owner, before he committed suicide last year, and then he wanted to sell some equity stake what he had in Mindtree. There was a big issue at that time last year because he wants a liquid cash to pay off his debts, obligations. So there was a wholesale takeover. Any clarification? Anyone? So wholesale takeover is very, very uncommon in our country. So always we go for a friendly takeover, because the democratic country like us, we cannot exercise the wholesale takeover. The country like China and US, these wholesale takeovers are very, very common, because the big fishes eats the small fishes. Big fish always eats small fishes. A big fish, what I meant is the large company. So large companies always looks at a small company which is to be taken over. Any clarification? Anyone? Any clarification? Anybody? Then another important point here is, what are the takeover norms given by Security Exchange Board of India, which is the financial market regulator. So they are given a set of norms before the company goes for takeovers. One is the disclosure of holdings. The companies have to disclose whatever the holdings the company is likely to have in target company. They have to disclose them properly. If a purchaser holding 5 to 40% wants to acquire share in target company, he is bound to disclose such holding to target company or stock exchange within 2 days of acquisition. If the company wants to hold more than 15% of the shares, the companies have to inform 21 days before the exchange. Then the company has to appoint a merchant and investment banker, because the investment banker plays a pivotal role in this kind of deals. So they are middlemen who manage this kind of contract. So before announcing the public offer, the purchaser has to appoint a category 1 investment banker listed with a SEBI. Then there must be a public announcement. The merchant banker should make a public announcement within 4 working days of the agreement, a decision to purchase voting rights in excess of specified percentage. So it has to be put up in the newspapers, in all the media, that this purchasing company is going to buy the target company. Then the offer price must be properly mentioned, the negotiated price and the agreement, price paid for acquisition, all that it has to be clearly mentioned. Then the obligation of the purchaser. The purchaser must ensure that the letter of offer reaches the shareholder within 45 days from the date of public announcement, and payment is made to the shareholders who have accepted the offer. And the obligation of the board of target company, unless the approval of general body of shareholders obtained after the date of public announcement offer, the board of directors target company cannot dispose its assets. So in a board of director target company, so these takeover should be approved. Then if there is any competitive bids, it's coming for target company, it has to be disclosed. Subject to certain conditions, competitive bids can be made within period of 21 days of public announcement of the first offer. Then very important is the escrow account. So escrow account is a bank account where all this money what the target company is receiving should be deposited. It's a very separate account. Every company should have whenever the company comes for IPO, the company should open the escrow account in the bank. The entire money what the company receives through IPO should be deposited in escrow account. The same way, whenever this takeover, the target company is receiving the money from the purchasing company. So that money should go to the separate bank account called escrow account. As security for performance, the purchaser is required to deposit at least 25% of the compensation payable to the public offer up to 100 crore and 10% of the consideration exceeding 100 crore. If it is less than 100 crore, the companies have to pay 25% of the consideration payable. And if it is more than 100 crore, the company should pay 10% of the 100 crore as an advance. If there is any other subject to a minimum level of acceptance, because they don't want to pay this 10%, 15% means the company should pay 50% of the consideration payable. And the last one, you can cut it off. Yeah. Okay. Okay.